These are the top 4 annual flowers that are most visited by butterflies in my garden each year. They're easy to start by seed and can even be planted now in early July if you want to give them a try. They will take 50 to 60 days from seed to bloom, which will still give you plenty of time to feed the butterflies and bring color into the garden from September up until frost. For us here in Rhode Island, that is about the 3rd week of October. Actually, all of these clips and photos were taken during those months. I'm not always quick enough to capture the butterflies in photos, but when I do, I'll find them on these flowers. The number one butterfly favorite is Mexican sunflower, or Tithonia, that you see here. They are part of the sunflower family, but not the typical large-headed upright flowers that face the sun. Mexican sunflowers have a nice flat surface that butterflies love to land on. They are usually in shades of bright orange or an orangey red. They will start out with a single stem and one bloom, but soon they branch out with multiple flowers. Mexican sunflowers can get quite tall, usually about 5 or 6 feet in my garden, but I've seen some YouTube gardens that reach 10 feet or more. They also grow wide with their expanding arms of blooms. In my small garden, I often will only plant one, sometimes two, because they do span the width of your garden. I'll plant it right in the middle usually. Number 2 on the list of butterfly favorites are zinnias. Similar to Mexican sunflowers, they have that nice, big, flat, open top that allows butterflies to perch for a while. What I love about zinnias is how they add long-lasting color to the garden from the minute they bloom all the way through fall and up until the frost. They come in so many amazing colors, and the seeds are easy to find and inexpensive, even at your local dollar stores. They are also popular cut flowers, but one note. In the past, when I have tried specialty zinnias, bred in newer shades or varieties, especially for cut flowers or bouquets, I have found that butterflies pass them over for the tried and true basic zinnias that come in a rainbow of colors. So grow specialty flowers for your own enjoyment, but they aren't necessary for pollinators. Number 3 are cosmos. Another easy to grow from seed flower. They do seem to take forever to bloom as you watch the long stem marching upward. But once they do flower, they will branch out and provide you with multiple flowy blooms. Their foliage is airy and thin. It reminds me of fennel. The flowers are pretty and delicate, and they gracefully bend and move with the wind. They're the perfect wildflower garden flower. Some varieties of cosmos can grow very tall. I've had them 8 or 9 feet in my garden, but if you'd like to keep them lower to the ground, you can pinch them when they're about a foot tall. Not any sooner than that, though, or you might make my mistake that I talked about in a previous short. Cosmos remind me of springtime, even when they're blooming and going strong against the leaves of trees that are starting to change color in the fall. The best thing is that they will feed the monarchs right up until the last frost. One year I saw my last monarch on a Cosmo on October 21st, and the very next day we had our first frost. Okay, so number 4 is an honorable mention, marigolds. This plant is so underrated, but it's a pollinator magnet. I use marigolds each year in my vegetable truck to keep pests away. But then at the end of the season, when everything else in your garden has faded, the fall shades of yellow, gold, oranges, and reds are so nice to look at as a punch of color in the garden. The last few years I've used them in containers instead of mums. They are long-lasting and beautiful. So there you have it, 4 easy-to-grow annuals that will provide color and beauty for you, but also nourishment for the butterflies and pollinators right up until the first frost. If you have any questions, please just ask them in the comments below. Thank you for watching.